This is a bit of a repeat of some things that I shared yesterday, but more than a decade ago, I stood in front of a crowd much like this one and made a promise. A promise that was part of the foundation of why we built Younique.
I'm going to ask my 3 daughters to come up on stage, please. If I leave it up to chance, clear data shows that one of the 3 of these will be sexually abused before they're 12 years old. And I can't change all of it, but I can make a difference. So here it is.
That announcement, thank you. I notice I've gotten a lot older. That announcement was at our 2014 convention in Dallas, Texas. I'll never forget it. So much has happened since then.
For starters, those 3 girls grew up. The 2 oldest are married, and Lily, our youngest, is 12 now.
When I made, yeah, thank you. And I'm gonna be a grandpa, in case you didn't hear. When I made that promise in front of many of you to do my part to end child sexual abuse, I had no idea really how we would accomplish that. But I knew that God had put it onto my heart, and I knew that I needed to that day announce our intentions to start to do it.
And I remember him announcing that, and I knew he was going to announce the Younique Foundation / Sapria, but I didn't know that he was going to say that we were going to start. And I was immediately so overwhelmed because he and Melanie were the ones running Younique, and it was up to me to start this. And I just want to say thank you so much for making it what it is. It's become something so incredible, and you are responsible for helping us get there. Thank you.
Thank you. Our first step in fulfilling that promise was to hire our first Sapria employee, Chris Yaden, a great man who you'll hear from in a few minutes as the executive director. Over the next few weeks, we hired additional staff members and literally just dove into starting to prepare our first retreat.
Okay, just a picture. I thought I was going to play something. On June 22nd, 2015, we hosted the first Sapria retreat with 11 survivors. It was amazing to see the undertaking come together after all of our hard work. We put our hearts and souls into creating a once-in-a-lifetime healing experience for those first survivors and everyone that has come after. 10 years later, a few of those first participants were united. Many of them are still in contact with each other.
The Sapria Retreat is a free, clinically informed, 4-day experience for adult women who were sexually abused on or before age 18. The retreat is led by a team of licensed therapists and case managers who lead survivors in educational classes and healing experiences like kintsugi, yoga, and Muay Thai. We even have a class on sound healing.
In the 10 years since the first retreat, over 6,000 women from all 50 states and over 12 different countries have attended our 4-day healing retreat.
Thank you.
Those who have participated report a 37% reduction in post-traumatic stress symptoms and a 45% improvement in life satisfaction as we followed up with them a year after they've been at the retreat.
When Sapria opened its doors in 2015, we also launched a new website offering educational tools for prevention and healing. In the past 10 years, the Sapria website has received over 13 million visits from 231 countries and territories. That's both an amazing and a staggering number. It's concerning, and it's proof that people everywhere are searching for hope and healing from their former abuse.
On August 6, 2016, many of you helped us spread the word about our resources by helping us make history.
The record today, the record attempt is for the most self-portrait selfies simultaneously. The record to beat is 4,296.
So, here we go.
Your group achieved a number of 4,991 for a new Guinness World Record. So anytime there's a world record attempt and you can get together this many people for a charitable cause, it's really a great thing.
That was so cool. I love that day earning that spot in the Guinness World Records. There's like a book, you guys. We're in that. That's so cool. Your post of that event helped us reach countless people all over the world.
In 2017, Supriya launched support groups to foster healing communities worldwide. Materials for these support groups are available in English, French, Spanish, and German. Supriya support groups are led by survivors for survivors. Since its launch, Supriya has supported 245 support groups in 17 different countries.
That's actually remarkable. That's so cool. In 2018, we added community education classes, and these classes bring prevention resources and tools into your community. Each of our educational resources was developed in collaboration with licensed mental health clinicians. The discussion guides are easy to follow, and the presentation is easy to play. The classes that we offer include the top 5 ways you can reduce child sexual abuse, teaching your child consent, teaching your child healthy sexuality, and teaching consent for teens. You can access these resources for free right now on our Supriya website.
Over 16,701 individuals have attended these vital prevention classes and learned actionable steps to protect children and prevent abuse in their very own neighborhoods. These classes are also available in English, French, German, and Spanish.
In February 2022, we announced a change that would affect everything from that point forward. The decision to rebrand was something we knew needed to be done. We started this very deliberate rebrand process more than a year ago when Derek and I realized that we needed to build the future of our organization. And we are excited that our new brand reflects who we are as we plan for growth. That was a super difficult decision. We were in this warm audience here with Younique, but we knew we needed to reach further and kind of dissipate some of the confusion between Younique, the makeup company, and Younique Foundation, because we have foundation makeup too. But when we decided to do this rebrand, I really made it a matter of prayer, and I felt like when we finally came to the conclusion that it would be called Supriya, I was so sure that that name was correct that I didn't care if everybody in the world hated it. I knew it was the right one. And I think you'll agree, it's perfect, isn't it?
Well, I'll tell you what's perfect you are, but that's all right. In 2022, we launched the Supriya Healing Webinar, a free 3-hour educational online experience that survivors can join, yes, from the comfort of their own home. Offered in both English and Spanish, the webinar is designed to help participants jumpstart their healing, learn about the impacts of trauma, and connect with fellow survivors. Elizabeth is a brand ambassador from a remote territory in Canada. She wasn't able to make the trip to one of our retreats, but she was able to participate in a healing webinar.
I think the webinar is a fabulous opportunity opportunity for survivors, whether it be a first step, a continuing step, or maybe it's starting with the webinar before you go to retreat to feel more comfortable. The facilitator was extremely clear about what was going to happen. Your story isn't going to be shared by anyone else. I felt so safe. If you're ready to embark on your healing, the webinar, it's a great first step.
And I just want to point out momentarily, you saw that it's free, just like the justice and love and mercy of God. What we do at Supriya is free to everyone. It is come and receive. Elizabeth is one of 1,255 survivors who have attended the webinar from 47 states and 41 countries. She found this resource, yes, through her connection with Younique. She continues to post about the healing webinar on her social platforms, making sure women in her remote community know that there is hope and healing available in their own homes.
In 2023 at the Younique Convention in Salt Lake City, Utah, many of you participated in the first ever 10K race to benefit Supriya.
Today, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary by doing a 10-year 10K Break the Silence benefit run with Supriya. So that is the whole reason that Younique is here. We are the founding donating partners for Supriya. We've got women from Germany, we've got women from Latin America, from Mexico, we've got women just from in our backyard and all over the US with this 10-year 10K.
We've had incredible support from so many in the community, and we're so thankful for Younique's sponsorship today of this race. We really are tackling a global cause, so when we get help from anyone, anywhere around the world, we're so thankful. So thank you, Younique. Brand ambassadors helped us raise over $40,000 that day. And it was amazing.
It was. A decade ago, we promised that we would do our part to heal and protect people around the world from the impacts of child sexual abuse. We're not perfect. We haven't done everything perfectly, but we do stand here today to say that we have done our best to keep that promise. Supriya has changed lives all over the world. Hearts have been healed, and the cycle of child sexual abuse is breaking for so many people.
And we're excited to keep going in this work. One thing that you can't see in numbers and statistics are how many lives have been changed because of the work we do at Supriya. I want to reintroduce you to 3 survivors who attended the Supriya retreat almost a decade ago. Recently, we checked in with them to see how life is going.
I started noticing that I wasn't okay. I started noticing with my kids different things.
It's a shameful thing. It's not something you want to really share with people because you don't want them to look at you differently.
My life was hell. I came to the 21st retreat almost 10 years ago.
I attended my retreat in December of 2019.
My goal when I was there was to be a better wife and a better mother and a better me.
After the retreat, I really wasn't sure what the next 10 years would look like. I was hoping that it would look healthier than previous, and I think it has. Not necessarily easy, but healthier.
Life has certainly changed for me since attending the Supriya retreat. I just got married!
What I love about Supriya is that it taught to let it go and let it flow. Clear water is a flowing water. Murky water is dammed up. It is polluted, it's gross, alligators live there, you die, it's terrible.
I think one thing that has helped me throughout since I attended is trauma is there, right? But it doesn't have to define who you are.
You're healed enough that you're able to stick up for your children in the way that maybe you weren't stuck up for when you were that age.
I am so much more aware of my emotions, and now I can teach my kids to be aware of theirs.
I recognize that my marriage would be suffering greatly if I had not received the tools and the interventions that I received.
I am now going to be able to deal with life and all the things that life comes with a better attitude, with grace, because I have been shown a different way of living.
What an amazing thing it's been to be a part of Supriya and the growth that it's brought in my life. I can't imagine the many, many people it's helped.
Happy birthday, Supriya. You have changed my life tremendously, and I don't even know where I would be today if I hadn't had that experience. I'm so grateful. Congratulations on 10 years, and I pray that many more women get to experience the event that changed my life.
All of these women are examples of survivors who broke the cycle of child sexual abuse for themselves and their children. Fire is a nurse who works with patients who are homebound and on hospice. Sometimes she is the only person patients see in the day. She is their nurse and their friend. Sarita is a speech-language pathologist who has dedicated her career to helping children in some of the most challenging socioeconomic areas of Arkansas. She is not only giving them skills to be successful at school and home, but often she is the first person to recognize the signs of abuse. Diana is a mother of 4 who has raised her children both inside and outside of the USA, supporting her family while her husband completes his medical degree. Diana and her husband have both shared Supriya's message of hope, healing, and prevention.
Now, let me introduce you to Kara. She grew up in my home state of Idaho in a small community where everyone knows everyone. But those close relationships alone weren't enough to stop an abuser from infiltrating her life.
As a survivor of childhood sexual abuse, I have always been really interested in working with children that suffer. Sexual abuse is so damaging, and it is absolutely devastating to a life. My perpetrator had infiltrated and burrowed his way into my life. One of the places that he would show up is at my school. The bus would drop me off. My parents trusted that I was going to school in a safe space, and my perpetrator would park his car there, and if I saw him, I had to go with him, and I felt like I had no choice. He would bring me back when he was done, and I never would say anything, but I learned how to disassociate very well and categorize the abuse, and so I'd just get my schoolwork done because I was obedient. Teachers never asked any questions why I was crying or looked for patterns of irregularity. They never listened to the voice in their head that would say, something's wrong with this child. You can kind of deceive yourself by saying, I'm okay. No, I'm doing fine. You know, I have a master's degree. I own a home. I have a good life. And I could say that's good enough for me. But as I really was truly honest with myself, I knew that there were some problems. I've had several phenomenal therapists, and my therapy journey has been very intense. I still go every week to my trauma therapist, but it has really taken all of the people to help me because my story is big and it's hard to digest. One of the experiences at the Sapria retreat that really stands out for me, besides the community there of other survivors, Muay Thai was really profound for me. I have struggled making peace with my body. And there's something about childhood sexual abuse where you learn to hate your body. And I've lived through that my whole life. There was something about finding strength in Muay Thai that was really empowering for me. It's really brought awareness to my inner girl that had her voice stolen. Perpetrators are voice stealers. Teaching religion classes at the women's prison has been also a beautiful part of my healing journey. Most of the inmates there have also suffered with childhood sexual abuse. But one of the truths I've learned about my healing journey is that light is so powerful, and the perfect light of Jesus Christ really can heal all things. And I have learned a lot about healing, being in there, and about forgiveness. My parents were so cautious and so protecting and so loving, and yet I was still horrifically abused. And I would hope there's a message for parents that it's not their fault, but we want to be aware. And that's where education is so powerful. I believe that the work that I do and other people is stopping this epidemic.
Thank you for your courage, Kara. Isn't she amazing? When survivors are given the opportunity to heal, to find joy, and to celebrate their successes, they also become advocates for change. Kara, Fire, and Sarita have all chosen careers that put them on the front lines of prevention.
You may not be a survivor of child sexual abuse, but you can join these women and be a protector and an advocate. While you're here at convention, please stop by the Sapria booth and fill out a spark. Write down what you will commit to do to help survivors and protect children this year. Will you teach a couple of prevention classes in your community? Will you become a monthly donor? Will you post about Sapria every month for a year? All of you in this room have impacted Sapria in positive ways. Your posts have generated buzz around our cause. There's no reason to be afraid of talking about child sexual abuse. Yes, it's awkward, but it could change a life for good.
You can be the next Kara in your community. You can do it. By this time next year, statistics indicate that in the US alone, 500,000 children will become victims of child sexual abuse. Children who today have their whole lives ahead of them.
This is Deja. She loves unicorns. Liam likes sports. He wants to play college basketball. Adia dreams of being a TikTok star. Owen loves art, especially painting. And this is Anna. She has her entire life ahead of her. All of these children will experience the trauma of child sexual abuse. Deja will attempt suicide twice in her lifetime. Liam will start abusing drugs and alcohol in the next 3 years. Adia will start cutting at 15. Owen will suffer from chronic depression. Anna will be diagnosed with failure to thrive, struggle in school, and deal with an unwanted pregnancy at 16. It needs to stop, and we can help. Cypria exists to liberate individuals and society from child sexual abuse and its lasting impacts. Learn more at cypria.org.
Child sexual abuse needs to stop. That's the simplest way to put it. It needs to stop.
And I know those videos are so hard to watch, but they're the sobering reality of the world that we live in. We are so proud of the work that we have done at Cypria for the past decade. We thank you for being at the heart of what we do. And we thank you for sharing our message of hope and healing. Please come visit Derek and me today at the Cypria booth. We'll be there from noon to 2.
Cypria has phenomenal reach and is continuing to grow, but we aren't done yet. Now, with a look into the future of Cypria, please welcome to the stage the Executive and Managing Director of Cypria, Chris Yaden.